my God, how are you doing?
And ready to rock and roll. This is the Jane Contributors Party, and we have been waiting for a special guest who is now here, and he's going to perform a special poem. So where did he go? Where did he go? Sean Hill, come on in. We are having a contributors party right now, and we have Lisa Carlin, we have Melissa Breslow, we have Lindsay Baker, and of course that snarky vegan girl, and Paige Parsons Gross.
That's right.
And all of the contributors, Danny Rukin, who's our roving contributor, that snarky vegan girl is in the house, and we have a special performance by Sean Hill. Come on over. Come on in. Sean Hill. Come on in. We are live, and come on in right here. Sean Hill is an amazing vegan poet. Everyone, silence and come on down. We have a special poem that is going to be performed by Sean Hill, the vegan poet. We'd like everybody to come on down right now and listen. So please, everybody, come down. We are here with some of the great contributors to Jane Unchained. Please come on down. We've got 10 seconds to come on down. Quiet. Come on down and listen to this poem. We're here with Gwenna Hunter's in the house. All right, here we go. Quiet. Quiet. Okay. All right. We're gonna. Somebody. Clank a fork so we get everybody to be quiet. Okay. All right. Sean Hill is in the house. He has done a special poem just for the Jane Unchained contributors. Take it away.
All right. So for those of you that don't know me, here first is an introduction, okay? Oh, hi. I open mics like autopsies, commune with perspectives like dissected organs, absorbing the truth within every story until I needed a sedative. I became bored with the negatives, literally sliced life as much like roll dice and practice true positivity to laugh on. Elite became immune to negativity like oranges with vitamin C breaking hinges off the door. If you invited me to a pity party, hardly a force to be reckoned with, infected with so much positivity, I pee pet peeves until my pee is seen clearly. So positive, even the negatives in my mind added a line just to become a plus sign to stop opposing and grow with me. Even my fears want to hang out sometimes, and I hug them until they can cope with the scope of non-existence. It's just what happens when a focused mind has way too much time to think. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. My name is Sean Hill, and I'm pleased to meet you. This is just the first poem that I'm rapping. I'm just a baby waking up from rapping, learning how to walk and talk this life. I'm writing with chalk and concrete, rocking with break beats. Hip-hop became my training wheels to the point where I could speak, so forget about doing hip-hop. I pop, unlock, and then eat hip-hop. I am what I speak, and if you are what you eat, then I am hip-hop. Reincarnated, never debated to be the best. I ain't trying to be. Nothing less than myself. So help me or not, my throat is on fire. I don't mean to burn you. I'm just breaking shackles like Nat Turner, but believe equality like Gundi. See, I'm not a peace Nazi. The paparazzi couldn't stop me from getting the scoop like Cold Stone. I'm home alone in the zone like, oh, fellow, hello, is anyone out here? If I scream and no one hears me, do I make a sound? Check marks the box. Like it or not. I don't need your approval for this to be hot. And if it's ice cold, well, I honestly don't know. And don't care, but to be fair, I care if it's true. So let's play out the facts. I got your back like chiropractors. I want to be in your scene like the best actors. Hey, your DNA is beautiful. Let me be the X Factor. But I gotta get going eventually, so please don't miss me. I'll be back before you know I'm gone. I wanna bring you songs better than fairy tales and nightingales, so I'm getting on tracks like John Henry and offend me. Almost impossible. It wouldn't be logical. It's more probable to turn your energy into something possible like world peace. And even then, many say that's highly unlikely, like a lock without a key, but I bend reality. We can all bend reality. We can turn the improbable into the everyday ordinary. Thanks for listening, y'all. How are we doing so far? Take some of this real quick.
Damn it.
I need so much water to talk every day.
Here with all that fire,
I know. Don't worry. It's gonna get a little watery now, okay? And by that I mean some of you might cry. All right? So, that poem felt appropriate to open with because I know I'm in the room with a number of extraordinary people. I know you all have helped just so many people bend their own reality and understanding animal liberation and what that means to be cruelty-free and all these kind of things that you've been working on tirelessly year in, year out. So Jane had the crazy idea that I would actually dedicate a poem to all of you. All right, so this is for you. This is for every single one of you that don't feel appreciated sometimes. I know a lot of us don't, all right? So this is for you. And if you're recording this, remember to keep it low and still be present with me and really take it in as best you can. Deal or no deal?
Deal.
All right.
Deal.
Ever you speak the language of likes and shares, comments and trolls, thank yous for your time, and maybe your favorite, we are going live. Reporters and contributors for Jane Unchained, you are overdue for being verbally abused with compliments. To start off, Jane has been unchained for some time. My gosh. All right? Letting loose with journalism, out of her cage with loving rage, powerful speech she didn't need to be told was free. But the lesson she learned quick, mainstream media is not big enough for her to swim in. So many important stories weren't being reported. She aborted the norms of how the truth gets distorted and supported this global reform to open eyes to animal exploitation while opening and exposing hearts and minds of every type of consumer to compassionately, cruelty-free alternative choices. Now, she can't be everywhere at once. She would if she could, am I right? She would.
Yes. She is.
You would. But the best way to get coverage that can't be beat would be a team of global volunteer contributors to report events, organizations, issues, and individuals who are all adding to the millions moving this movement in miraculous ways every day. Reporters like you, contributors like you, make awareness spread like follow your heart mayonnaise. Contributors like you work tirelessly and research endlessly. Contributors like you are always up to date. Even when leaving work or your family may be running late to record, the best part is your heart is always on time. Contributors like you are needed because how else will the world know the truth from fiction, corruption from justice, true beauty or blindness unless they can see what they couldn't believe. And what you all achieve here is truly, literally remarkable. I mean that. The comment sections in a lot of these things, there's so many people remarking. And the thing is, you all have covered everything from protests to taste tests. City Hall animal legislation as press that press on when votes get passed on. You have covered meals and places that put so many serene smiles on so many faces of all ages. Stories like vegan dog biscuits. I mean, who would have known? Who would have known there's vegan dog biscuits? One-handed vegan wraps. Chef Babette's birthday holiday bash, where the story of acid reflux, high blood pressure was gone in a month of going vegan. Thanks living for those in Skid Row, where those without homes at least had home-cooked meals and more. HSVC had more room for animals to be rescued. Mushroom stroganoff to make you strong enough. I worked really hard on that one, I'm not gonna lie. Pig vigils and cubes of truth, presenting empathy to be reflected as our eyes have kept neglecting the abusive genocide of 74 billion animals a year who die. And they show us the pain of the animals others try to hide. 100 turkeys were spared from slaughter this year and given to activists who had felony charges. Animal Liberation March in Uruguay, sweet potato recipe shared sweetly. Jamaican curry and vegan pregnancies. Gourmet vegans in Savannah, Georgia. Breakdancing in City Hall. That was such a fun episode. I'm not gonna lie, that was amazing. One example to remind every contributor that you have been giving your voice for animals that don't have lobbyists, that this is never wasting your time. One example is that September 18th, 2018, just a few months ago, no more food abuse and disrespectful belittlement will happen, since hospitals, prisons, and nursing homes will be required to provide a plant-based meal for anyone with religious, environmental, health, or ethical reasoning. I know. That's what I'm saying. Some of those within government couldn't even be informed without you. Consumers daily wouldn't know as much as they do now without you. Change cannot happen as readily as we need without you. And more deaths are prevented every time you post on that feed. So thank you for your work. Thank you for your time. Thank you if you haven't heard it as much as you should. Thank you for doing everything you could for these earthlings. Thank you for every smile you bring to the screen. Thank you for every time you go live, every time you dive into a story you don't even know to figure out the who, the what, the why, and how it can improve our lives. Thank you for figuring out how to connect to the Wi-Fi when the signal is bad. Thank you for paying those phone bills so a lunch break live can be had. Thank you for every second you give, because time is the most expensive currency we live. Thank you for remembering that this isn't a battle, that this isn't a war, that this is a ward, a psychiatric ward we were all, if not most of us, brought up in, ate and lived different levels of insanity, and now we know animal abuse is not a necessity. It's essential we remember we're all connected through this inhumanity. Our fellow humans who currently can't see the integrity because their eyes were closed like ours. Thank you for seeing so many comatose and vowing to wake each other up. Loving each other through the REM, the nightmares, and then the daydreams, where we see the possibility of being globally cruelty-free. Thank you for being the best volunteers and doctors of empathy that I could ever hope to see. And thank you for believing that there is no more us versus them. It's just us trying to wake each other up. Thank you for being so awake, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for letting me thank you. I wanted to make something tangible at least, because I know poems are not tangible. So this is that poem framed, dedicated. All right, and I'll make sure everyone in this room gets a PDF, and I'll send it to Jane absolutely.
And we'll send it out. Thank you.
Use it as much as you need.
Wow, that was incredible. You nailed it. Sean Hill.
And now I'm just ready to hug all of you, because poetry gets you vulnerable, okay? So I'm just gonna go around hugs whoever wants to.
What an amazing vegan poet, Sean Hill. Just an incredible poem for Jane Unchained contributors. Was that amazing?
Incredible. I
So
loved it.
unbelievable. I just loved it. Really, really amazing.
He nailed it.
He really nailed it. Yeah.
And
he
how
caught
long
it.
did he interview you for?
No, he didn't. I just said make a poem, and he did. He just did.
He did his homework.
Yeah, he must have studied.
spent hours on Facebook and on
It was really incredible. It was
Had so much
really
details
incredible.
in it. Like he knew about different
Stories.
Yeah, everything.
Stories.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah. So it was really, really cool. All right, Sean Hill, amazing vegan poet. Thank you, Sean. Whoa.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome
you,
forever.
Thank you.
You're
Mwah.
welcome.
I love you.
Love you back.